Back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and CoffeeStream number 285. It is Tuesday today, and again, I may be randomly interrupted by Alex. He's still homesick with the fever and the cough. However, I did give him some cough medicine, some kids' cough medicine, so should help him. He's been lying down on the couch for a while, so I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. Glad to have you all here with me. Let's see who's here. Grillin' Pirate Pete is here. He's saying that a storm is supposed to hit his area on Friday, and he's supposed to drive an hour and a half. Oh, that sounds lovely. Diesel Dave, good morning to you, sir. Let's see. Gun Fox to 61 is here, of course. And Mr. Scott 87 is here. Functional is here as well. And Rolling Bear is here. Glad to have everybody joining me today. Captain Bearclaw is here as well. Zombie Teddy, hello. Hello, Skeptalk. Glad to have everybody here with me today. So, we've got a few stories here. I picked, I think I've got about 9 stories because I do have Alex with me. So I really should keep it to about an hour, if not maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Just because I am by myself with him today, so I don't want to just ignore him. But the stories that I do have are all very interesting, all very, shall we say, I don't know, enraging. Hello, Irate Prostate. Glad to have you here. Stream liked and retweeted. Well, thank you, Grillin' Pirate Pete. That is very kind of you. So I'm just going to quickly go over here to the share screen. All right, here we go. Hopefully the screen is sharing properly. How is your sanity today, says Gunfox. It's okay. I haven't read all of the stories. I'm going to be reading some of these cold. So my sanity very well could go down the drain. So we'll have to see. Hello, Sir Adamantine. Yes, I have outdone myself today. All right. Also, as Nightbot is very helpfully instructing in the chat there, we have the links to the GoFundMe and to the Streamlabs. Please consider jumping on over there and helping us out. Shit has just kind of hit the fan for us financially, so it really will be very helpful. So let's jump on into the news here. Let's take a look at this here. So Iran stages pro-government rallies after days of violent unrest. What exactly has the government done for you guys? I don't know. Let's read here.
Iranian pro-government protesters attend a demonstration in Tehran, Iran, November.
So we've got a picture of some pro-government demonstrators in Tehran. I think that's how you say it.
Amnesty International said on Monday it had recorded at least 143 protesters killed in anti-government demonstrations, which began on November 15th after the announcement of gasoline price hikes. The protests have been the worst anti-government unrest in Iran at least since the authorities put down the Green Revolution of demonstrations against election fraud in 2009.
Okay. Uzi! The shirt is killer, says Irate. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Reminded me of Barbara Steele. Ah, okay. Whee! All right, let's see here.
The government has blamed thugs linked to exiles in the United States, Israel, and Saudi Arabia for stirring up the street unrest.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the stuff that you guys are doing internally, right? It's all external pressure that is causing this unrest. Okay.
Heading level 4, related cover. Link Hussein. We have shown Hussein Salami, the top commander of Iran's elite revolutionary guards, warned the United States and its regional allies not to push Tehran into devastating retaliation over what it sees as their support for rioters.
So you guys have no fault in what's going on whatsoever. I am jelly. What would... By the way, Blind Press, WDE stands for Wool Damn Eagle. It's an urban thing. Oh, okay. I gotcha. You're off work till next Monday due to the holiday, Gunfox. Oh, I see. Orange man bad for Shiites. Yes. Yes. Hello, Green Badger.
We have shown restraint, but we will destroy our enemies, America, Israel, and Saudi Arabia if they cross our red lines, Salami told pro-government demonstrators in Tehran's Revolution Square, state TV reported.
Salami. And you have shown restraint? Didn't you, capture some oil tankers and... I'm confused. I'm very confused. How did you show restraint exactly, Iran? Slice that salami, says Skeptalk. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Iranian TV carried live footage of crowds chanting "Death to America" and "Death to Israel." It and Iranian officials had promoted the state-sponsored rally since Sunday in response to Western statements of solidarity with the fuel price protesters.
Oh boy. This is... Wow. State-sponsored rally in which "Death to America" and "Death to Israel" is being chanted. But everybody's nice and peaceful there, and they've got no fault in how in the fact that their riots are, happening. And wow, that's ridiculously self-unaware. All right.
Advertisement. The unrest has come as new. I recommend they, foreign countries, look at the marches today to see who the real people in Iran are and what they are saying, Foreign Ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi said.
Yeah, because if they don't say it, they get killed. It's not exactly like they're doing this by choice.
The unrest has come as new U.S. sanctions imposed this year have cut off nearly all of Iran's oil exports, and as similar protest movements have erupted in Iraq and Lebanon against governments that include heavily armed pro-Iranian factions.
Well, then perhaps you should change your tune instead of blaming outside influences. They are innocent and pure and sweet, says Skeptalk. Yeah, yes. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing.
London-based Amnesty said Iran's use of lethal force against protesters must be globally condemned, adding that verified videos showed security forces deliberately shooting unarmed protesters from a short distance.
But those protesters are evil. Those unarmed protesters are evil. They must be dealt with. Ugh.
In some cases, protesters were shot while they were running away and clearly posed no threat to the security forces. Other videos show security forces shooting towards protesters from rooftops of state buildings, including a Justice Department building, it said in a statement.
The Justice Department building. How ironic. How ironic. Oh my goodness.
Advertisement. Iran's fuel protests have quickly turned political, with protesters calling on top leaders to step down. Death to the dictator. Time for you to step down. Protesters have chanted in social media videos posted by Iranians from inside the country. Details have been difficult to report, in part because of an internet blackout in much of the country.
Yeah. Yes, a totally innocent government does that. Internet blackouts. That's the sign of an innocent government. Just black out the internet. Shoot people that are protesting what you've decided to do. Yeah, that's absolutely an innocent move.
Heading level 3, lingering protests. State authorities warned rioters of severe punishment if unrest continued. They said late last week that disturbances had ceased, although unverified videos posted on social media after restrictions on internet access were partially lifted suggested sporadic protests were continuing in some places. Button. Slideshow. Washington has sided with Iran's protesters, while France and Germany have expressed deep concern over reports of many deaths during the protests.
They've expressed deep concern, have they? Oh, that's good. What exactly are you going to do about your deep concern, France and Germany?
Social media footage has shown police on motorbikes driving into crowds and attacking protesters with clubs. Other videos showed police firing at people with live ammunition. Iran has rejected Amnesty's death toll figures. It says several people, including members of the security forces, have been killed and more than 1,000 people arrested. The Center for Human Rights in Iran, a New York-based advocacy group, said the number of arrests was probably closer to 4,000.
Wow. Have to black out the internet. Someone might see a woman without a hijab on. And it might lead to self-sinning. Yes, that's true. That's very true, Grillin' Pirate Pete.
My cousin has been arrested. We don't know where he is and whether he is alive or not, said a young protester in Tehran reached by telephone who asked not to be identified. Reporting by Paris Hafizi, editing by Mark Heinrich and Peter Graff.
So that is that's some crazy stuff going down in Iran. This is not a good thing that is happening here. We have anti-government protesters being killed. We have the government basically saying, you will do what we say or we will shoot you. And we will also black out the internet so you can't tell the rest of the world. That's some scary shit going down. And again, Western nations and spoiled Antifa bastards, you want actual fascism? You head on over to China or Iran and tell me how well you do at bashing the fash over there. So here we have a strike in Canada over the Canada rail workers strike. There we go. Come on. Okay, so Canada rail workers, Canadian National Rail Workers strike in Edmonton on Tuesday. So this is, we've got a picture of them. So they're striking over safety concerns and fatigue. Because they're basically working ridiculous hours and it's not safe. So let's see. Let's take a look here.
Canada's largest rail strike in more than a decade has paralyzed much of the nation's freight traffic and prompted fears of a heating gas shortage as winter sets in. Nearly 3,200 workers at Canadian National, the country's largest rail operator, walked off the job on November 19th to protest against chronic overwork and unsafe conditions.
And see, that's a reason to strike. I agree. Like if things are unsafe and you're not being heard, that's when you strike. It's when teachers strike over stupid shit and get the kids to come stand with them that I get pissed off.
Complimentary. 2,226 heading level 2. Read more. End of comp. Wages are not a key issue as part of this dispute. It's fatigue. It's health and safety, said Christopher Monette, a representative of Teamsters Link Canada, which represents workers at CN. Nobody likes being on strike, but we've been bargaining here for 7 months. Our back is against the wall.
Wow. That's a long negotiation. 7 months. Jesus.
Unionized workers at CN have been without a contract since 23 July, but talks between the two sides have made little progress.
Wow. Working without that's scary.
Rail workers in Canada have long warned against the growing dangers of chronic fatigue. While employees are given their schedules in advance, last-minute changes to shifts can mean long days and night on the job with little rest in between. Some shifts can last as long as 42 hours, say workers.
Jesus. 42 hours? That's like I've heard people who work on like ships, like Navy ships, talk about shifts like that. That's insane.
That's longer than the average work week for any Canadian, and we make 3 of those usually a week. Matt Wade, a CN worker, told Global News on the picket lines, "All we're asking for is to be fit and rested to go to work and to have time with our loved ones. It's as simple as it."
And that's a valid thing to, if you're operating a train or, loading a train or operating any of the equipment used to load a train, because these are freight trains that we're talking about here, right? Fatigue is gonna get you killed. You have an absolute right to be rested and fit. You absolutely deserve to go to work feeling rested and fit and not, worried about, am I going to pass out or, drop something because I'm weak from exhaustion and either lose a whole bunch of days' pay because I'm injured or be dead and not going to be able to, see my family anymore. That's absolutely a valid concern.
Dimmed vertical link Canada. You are currently link heading
Is that
level.
the end of the story? Kind of put me back up to the top here. Let me just jump over here. Yeah. That looks like that's just the short little blurb here. So yeah, that's what's going on. I think that's a valid concern, however. being forced to work, 42-hour shifts. That's incredibly dangerous. So here we're going to move on to Germany. we're going to move on to a German story. So let's get over here to the headline. If Safari will behave. Oh, hello, Johnny Hellcat. And Straight Sith Mail. Prophet of Drunk says, fuck, I'm hungover. I haven't been hungover since I was 17. Because I got sick drunk a total of once and went, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that again. God, Smirnoff Ice is evil. Ugh. I won't drink Smirnoff Ice ever again. Because that's what I got sick drunk off of, was Smirnoff Ice. Ugh. Okay. The Daily Mail. That's why the website is being a dick. Okay. I see. I understand. Come on. God damn, you suck. Holy Christ. I was wasted on the one Sunday show. Yeah, but I wasn't drunk enough to be hungover. Let's see. It was very funny, trust me. I got sick drunk off of screwdrivers. Now I can't drink orange juice or vodka without gagging. Oh. See, I like a good screwdriver. One that's made well. Not with like super sweet orange juice and like a half shot. Like I got so mad once. I ordered a screwdriver at a restaurant. It was a $5 fucking screwdriver. And they made it with, I swear to Christ, they watered down the orange juice. And then I swear they gave me half a shot of vodka. So it was the worst screwdriver I'd ever had. I was so mad. I was so angry. Holy crap, it took me all the way to the bottom of the page. That's why. How frustrating. And this is probably a stupidly short story too. So this German dumbass decided to rob a bank with a toy 6-shooter. You heard that right. This guy decided to rob a bank with a toy 6-shooter. And of course he's been sent to jail. I'm drinking screwdrivers, LOL. That's funny. All right, where's the frickin' title here? Okay, so this guy, I may end up just saying screw this story if it doesn't work. Oh, here we go. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I was about ready to give up. This was so he here we go. So here we go. Here we go.
Link. A man who robbed a Munich bank has been jailed in Germany 4 years after he was arrested in Link, California.
So he robbed a bank in Munich and then he went to California and he got arrested 4 years later. Oh, raspberry vodka. Ew. Ew. Why would you drink that? Ugh. Blind will get mad over this one, calling it, says Gunfox.
By U.S. police.
Come on.
On the 16th of January 2015. Link. Berlin. Bricklayer Thomas T., 61, walked into the Sparkasse Bank in Frinshausen, north of Munich, wearing a cowboy hat, a checked shirt and armed with a toy six-shooter revolver, before proceeding to hold the bank up and escape with 36,800 euros.
God damn. Well done, sir. I mean, YouTube, I do not condone bank robberies. But still, he managed to successfully rob a bank with a toy gun and got 36,000 euros. That's pretty ballsy.
On Monday, he was convicted of armed robbery and sentenced to 4.5 years in prison in Link, Germany. You are currently on a link inside, including time served in California after being extradited from the U.S.
So, I don't know how much, I don't know how much 36,000 euros is in American money, but I really don't think it's enough to last you very long in California. I don't know why you'd go there. But okay.
Thomas T. caught on CCTV footage robbing the Sparkasse Bank near Munich in January 2015. Image.
So here he is. I'm going to back up a little bit. So here's our intrepid bank robber with his toy gun and his cowboy hat.
Thomas. Safari busy.
Shut up, Safari.
+2. Link. Thomas T. caught on CCTV footage. That was an idiotic idea, said Thomas at the start of his trial, as reported by German newspaper.
At least he's honest to say that was stupid. YouTube and the UK police. Oh, YouTube and the YouTube police are on their way to take you to the UK to stand trial. He was 61. Check your logic.
Link. Build. I've probably seen too many westerns in my childhood. Third part.
Really? You're gonna blame it on movies? It's the westerns. I can't help it. It was the westerns. Yeah. The westerns, they made me do it, yeah.
2 weeks after the robbery, Thomas boarded a plane to California, where he settled at Joshua Tree National Park, a location famous for being the set of many a spaghetti western.
Jesus Christ, dude. Life is not a movie. So, 36,000 euros, so 70,000 at the least, yeah. So he took his 70 grand and went to Joshua Tree National Park.
Thomas told to the court that he robbed the bank because he was in trouble with the tax office.
So instead of only being in trouble with the tax office, you decided you also wanted to be in trouble with the law. That's brilliant. That's amazing.
I took off my hat and grabbed the replica weapon. He said I'm not proud of it. Thomas claims he bought a van, clothes and tools in California from the proceeds of the robbery, and started to live out the rest of his days in his Western fairy tale. You are current.
Dude, seriously, you're 60 years old. Life is not a movie. Oh my God.
But while Thomas enjoyed his new life in California, the net began to close in on him in Bavaria. Before he robbed the bank, Thomas had run out on paying several bills, and his neighbors recognized him from CCTV footage that had been released by Bavarian police. You are current. Heading level 2. Related. List 3 item. Link. End of list. You are current.
Come on.
List 1 item. Link. 4BC00. Busy.
Safari. Why do you suck so very hard? Here we go.
Link. The Sparkest Bank in Firenze that was robbed by Thomas T. in January 2015. His details were passed to Interpol, and on April 3rd of this year, police from the San Bernardino district arrested Thomas at a shop in Joshua Tree. Safari busy.
Well, shit. So you're telling me the last action hero wasn't real, says Mr. Scott J87. I am sorry to say. That's like $60,000, but I would have gone to Vegas, says Prophet of Drunk. Yeah. Let's see.
I sat in county jail for 4 months, locked up with 48 men, recalled the defendant, who claims he was formerly a Stasi prisoner after attempting to escape the former Soviet-run East Germany.
Well, then you shouldn't have friggin' tried to rob a bank. My anti-blind web browser bots are working as intended. Screw you, Gunfox.
Every night one was beaten, he said. Bild reported that while Thomas had enjoyed his years on the lam, his crime had left a significant impact on the bank staff whom he held at gunpoint. You are currently on a text element.
It was a fake gun, you pussies! It was a fake gun. Nothing was going to happen to you. And if you couldn't tell it was a fake gun, well, then you suck.
Bank clerk Christine R., 24, said that when she initially saw him, the bank tellers thought that he was in fancy dress. I asked how much he wanted to withdraw, she said. Then he pulled out his gun. You were
his fake gun. His fake gun.
It was only after Thomas told her not to press the bank's silent alarm button that she realized it was not a joke. In the courtroom, Thomas T. apologized for the distress he had caused. I did not feel comfortable doing it, he said, but I did not think of anything better that day.
Then you're a dumbass. That's what you are. You're a dumbass, a lazy dumbass at that, who can't think of a cause and effect at 60 years old. That's pretty sad. A fancy lad, says Traitsith Mail. Yes.
Following his imprisonment, Thomas T. said he hopes to move closer to his daughter, who now has a child.
Why? So you can rob her too? And then fuck off?
Read more.
That's... wow. You, sir, are just a special kind of stupid. That's what you are. So, here we go. Here's another one. Depends on the fake gun. I've seen some pretty convincing replicas. That's true. I told you Blind would get mad, says Gunfox. Video games don't cause violence, but movies do, says Check Your Logic. Apparently. So, this story where is the story? Here it is. So, police, man killed couple with hammer, set self on fire. I don't think that's how the Buddhist monks really thought that was supposed to go. 2 dogs, 2 cats also violently killed, police say. What the hell did the dogs and cats do? That's not very nice. That's just mean. All right, here we go. Hello, Sora. Hello, Fury Kitten. If the cops can't tell in the heat of the moment whether a gun is fake or not, I assume same for the people in charge. Yeah, you're right. You're correct. Oh, this one. Say goodbye to blind sanity. He sounds like a well-balanced individual. Oh, well,
Monday
let's
afternoon.
see.
Joanne DeLuca, 63, and Ira Reed, 60, were found dead late Saturday afternoon inside their home at 931 Chestnut Street in Union Township, near Birdsboro, after firefighters responded there for the report of a garage on fire. One of the victims was found on the floor, the other was seated in a recliner. Both died of blunt force injuries, and there were no signs of a struggle, police said.
God damn. So, this was Germany. I bet they would not allow toy guns that looked like real ones. It would be funny if the toy revolver still had the orange chip. That's what I'm thinking, Mr. Scotch 87. I think it might actually. That's why I was laughing. Another story about 60-year-olds. Yeah, Gunfox was ageist today. R.I.P. your sanity on this one, says Gunfox.
Third party. The man who killed the couple was found dead inside a burning garage on the property, according to police.
Yeah, dude. The Buddhist monks only said to set yourself on fire. They didn't say to kill people first before that happened. Damn boomers.
It is there where he used a flammable substance to ignite himself, said Trooper David Beam, the public information officer for PSP's rating-based Troop L. The suspect died of smoke inhalation, according to police, who are conducting a DNA test to positively identify him. They expect results in the next 2 to 3 weeks. In the meantime, police said they are looking at the possibility of the suspect being DeLuca's adult son, who lived with the couple.
Oh boy. Familicide. Awesome. I wonder what happened, or I wonder if he was just mentally ill.
(1123-19). As for the fire, crews were able to contain the damage to the garage and a car parked inside. The home, however, was where the most disturbing evidence was found, according to police. One of our veteran investigators said it was the worst crime scene he's ever seen. Inside the house, Beam said. Also found dead at the scene were 4 pets, 2 dogs and 2 cats. You are currently...
Why? What did the dogs and cats do? Hey, Maddie. PSP means means Pennsylvania State Police. Okay. I'm leaning more towards mental illness, because why would you kill the pets unless you either have like some sort of sociopathy or psychopathy, or you have like some sort of mental disorder.
The dogs had their throats slit and the cats were stamped, said Lieutenant Scott
Jesus
Brennan, Troop
Christ.
L's commander of criminal investigations. Police said they had no record of having been dispatched to the house for problems in the past.
So he snapped. That's what this looks like.
Neighbors told 69 News over the weekend that the couple and an adult son moved to Berks County several years ago from southern New Jersey after losing their home to Hurricane Sandy.
Okay.
Link. Facebook. Link. Set complimentary. Heading level 3. More information. Link. Heading. Pennsylvania State Police held a news conference Monday to reveal new details in the deaths of 3 people near Birdsboro. Link.
I think that's... Let me just... Yeah, that's the end of the story. So, yeah, this guy is, or was, I guess, an incredibly disturbed person. And this news story is still ongoing. Yeah, it looks like it. Diesel Dave says, quit calling it a toy. By your own words, it was a replica. I don't think I said a toy gun. I said a fake gun. So here's our first titular article, where we learn from Tony Blair, a.k.a. Captain Obvious, what a mess Britain is. In case none of us knew that already. Tony Blair is here to inform us that Britain is a dangerous mess. Yeah, I apparently we needed to be told this by former Prime Minister Tony Blair, who I would argue helped set all of this in motion. But hey, that's neither here nor there. The article called it a toy gun. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I didn't like the only thing, if I had called it a toy gun, I was probably reading it, but I was saying myself that it was a fake gun. This one's this one is yours. The other titular article is Pincalo's. This one is yours. So here we go. Let's read about this.
London, Reuters. Former Prime Minister Tony Blair said on Monday that Britain was in a dangerous mess and that neither his own Labour Party nor Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Conservatives deserved to win a December 12th election.
Then who does? Who does? What? Which party, Mr. Blair, do you think deserves to win?
Frame. Britain is holding an election 3 years ahead of schedule because Parliament was deadlocked over Brexit, unable to agree on how or even whether to leave the European Union.
Uh-huh. And Boris Johnson fucked that up big time.
Heading level 4. Related cover. Link. See more stories button.
Why do you have to put the links in the middle of the story?
See more. We're a mess, Blair said at a Reuters newsmaker event. The buoyancy of the world economy has kept us going up to now, but should that falter, we will be in deep trouble.
Which is why you should leave the EU and become your own country again. Yeah, Gunny, you're amazing for dropping all that news. I wish I could do a longer stream because I really do appreciate all the work you do.
Blair, Labour Prime Minister from 1997 to 2007, said both major parties were peddling fantasies, adding that if the opinion polls were accurate, Johnson's party looked likely to win a majority. Advertisement. Third party Blair, the only Labour leader to win 3 elections, said his party was now controlled by its Marxist-Leninist wing and that its leader Jeremy Corbyn was promising a revolution.
Thank you, Mr. Blair. Something we can agree on. Holy crap.
The problem with revolutions is never how they begin but how they end, said Blair. The problem with revolutions is that they always end badly.
Yeah.
The truth is, the public aren't convinced either main party deserves to win this election outright.
Well, they won't form a coalition. Sorry, what was that, Blair? Says Fury Kitten. What about you chiming in and fucking sowing dissension into the debate at every opportunity? That doesn't surprise me. Let's see. Blind Press suggested Brexit might work. I think it would work. Folks, finding good news sometimes is easy and other times it is like cutting off your leg without any drugs or beer. Note to self, says Maddie. In future blog posts for current events or news and geek news, put the links or put the source links at the end and not the body of the post. Oops. As an American, I think I could disagree with a Brit saying all revolutions end badly. Well, in his view, they do. In his view, all revolutions end badly. Look how the American Revolution ended for Britain. That was bad.
Advertisement. The December 12th vote presents a stark choice between a socialist-run state under Labour, which is offering a second referendum on leaving the EU, and the free market Conservatives, who want to get Brexit done by the end of January. Risk of no-deal Brexit. Safari
Fuck you.
An opponent of Brexit, argued for a second referendum on the decision to leave, saying it would need to be followed by another general election.
Wait, so you want an election, then a referendum, then another election? What the fuck? Just do it. Just do it.
Button. Slideshow 4. Johnson has pledged to take Britain out of the EU by January 31st if he wins a parliamentary majority and then to negotiate a comprehensive deal with the bloc covering trade and future relations during a transition period due to end next December.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Blair cast doubt on that timetable and said there was still a risk that Britain could exit the EU in a year's time without having struck a deal with its biggest trading partner, current. No-deal Brexit is not off the table, Blair said. This negotiation, on the future relationship, has no chance of being concluded in that transition period.
Well, not with that attitude, it doesn't. We wanted to get Brexit done by 2017, let alone this January, says Fury Kitten. No kidding. Canada and the UK will join the American Empire.
Blair said he did not know whether Labour, which has tacked sharply to the left under Corbyn, would ever return to the centre ground of British politics, but added, "We must set about the urgent task of reconstructing the sensible mainstream of British politics." Loading ad.
The sensible mainstream of British politics, huh? Oh boy.
Otherwise, this laboratory experiment in populism running riot will end very badly for our nation.
Yeah?
Reporting by Guy.
Look, Tony Blair, as I said, is Captain Obvious. Well done, Captain Obvious. So here is another story from Pink Hollow. It seems that some homeless people in Toronto are taking after the people in California and throwing shit at people. Quite literally. So let's take a look at this. Young girl assaulted with bucket of fecal matter near U of T, police say. U of T being University of Toronto. So this is from today.
In the third similar case in the city in 4 days, Toronto police are investigating after a man allegedly dumped a bucket of human waste on a female victim near the University of Toronto's downtown campus Monday night.
I'm serious. This seems like somebody heard about the thing that happened in California and decided to do some sort of stunt. Let's see. I believe he has received a promotion from captain to major obvious. That's true. Let's see.
Police responded to the call just before midnight in the area of College Street and University Avenue. A young girl had a bucket of waste, feces, dumped on her, said Toronto Police Constable David Hopkinson. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss. This is absolutely disgusting.
No kidding. And seriously, I think this is like this really seems like a copycat thing.
The suspect is described as a black male, around 30 years of age, tall with a medium build, wearing a yellow construction hard hat, gloves and a blue shirt.
Okay, that's a weird costume. How simian of him, yeah.
Police are investigating 2 similar assaults at York University on Sunday and U of T on Friday.
Interesting. All at universities. 2 of them at University of Toronto. Interesting.
Police believe one suspect is likely responsible for all 3 attacks. They released photos of the suspects on Monday, describing him as a male in his 20s with a medium build. He is seen in photos wearing a black hat, a blue hoodie, light-colored pants and black gloves.
Gloves, eh? Everybody Wing Chun tonight. Oh, everybody fling dung, all right. Oh. Hello, Wikipedia snippet.
Yanni Daganis, acting chief spokesperson for York University, confirmed Monday that an unknown man entered Scott Library and threw a substance, suspected of containing fecal matter, on a student.
In the library? Ew.
As a public university, we work to make the resources of our libraries as open as possible, they said. What happened was shocking and assistance was provided to those affected. Heading level 3. You might be interested in.
So that's the end of that story. It's an ongoing story. The police are still looking for the shit thrower, I guess is what we'll call him. That's just weird. So here is Pincolo's article for the second titular article, and then we have our science article. And then I'm going to have to and go take care of Mr. Alex. So I do apologize that we're only having an hour-long stream. But a mom's got a mom. Wait. Hold on. Play video. No, we're not gonna. So, let's see here. So, people say Santa should now be female or gender neutral, sparking debate. 1/4 of respondents in a poll say Santa should be rebranded as female or gender neutral, but not everyone agrees with that concept. No shit! Considering that Santa Claus is named after Saint Nicholas. Just saying. I got to pop out and take Pop to the dentist. All right, dude. Have a good day. Let's see. Here we go.
The true stories behind our Christmas traditions. Many will always think of Link, Father Christmas, a jolly white-bearded fellow with a penchant for wearing red and eating treats left beside the chimney.
Uh-huh.
But now people are wondering whether Santa needs an update for modern times, as one company has offered the possibility of Father Christmas becoming a gender-neutral person.
Why? 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 You know, like, why do you have to single out one minority and make Santa that minority? Like, I never wanted Santa Claus to be blind, right? Like, why do we have to have Tranny Claus? Yes, exactly, irate. A fat bearded woman, so my ex's mother, says Rolling Bear. FFS, not this BS again. Yeah. Drops Mike, yeah. Well, they'd have to fight the Coca-Cola for abusing their IP. How about no, you crazy touch bastard?
Link, in total over a logo creation company. Link, Graphic Springs. Link.
So Graphic Springs,
a logo creation company, polled 400 people from the US and UK about potential ways to modernize Santa, using the top suggestions to poll a further 4,000 people on how they envision him.
So 4,400 people in total, spread out over 2 countries. And you think that people want a gender-neutral Santa Claus because of that? Go fuck yourselves.
In total, over 1/4, 27%, of respondents reckon he should be rebranded as female or gender neutral, according to Link 6ABC. In Link 6ABC. You are currently on a text frame. Over on social media, the results of the survey have had mixed reactions, with some claiming the idea is ridiculous, while others don't understand the point in arguing over a made-up character.
First of all, the idea is ridiculous, and second of all, it is a made-up character that doesn't need to be changed. That's ridiculous.
Host, D4, comp heading level 5. Read more. Complimentary.
What a fucking... Why does everything, and why do you always pick that minority, the trans/gay minority? Why? Why is it always that one? It makes me very confused. So, this story is our science-y story. And this is going to take us to the end of the stream. So that I can take care of Mr. Alex. So 63% said fuck off, says Fury Kitten. Yeah, I would say that's about right. So this says, students' dino skull discovery defies science discoveries from University of Alberta. So here's a paleontological slash biological article to end out the stream. Let's see here. So here is the student who found the skull. The skull of a Styracosaurus, and that's the skull that he found. So let's read about this article here.
A dinosaur skull discovered by University of Alberta graduate student in 2015 is upending assumptions about the facial structure of dinosaurs.
Cool.
Scott Persons, now a professor and museum curator at the College of Charleston in South Carolina, found the well-preserved Styracosaurus skull in the Badlands northwest of Alberta's Dinosaur Provincial Park. The spiky dinosaur, whose name means spiked lizard, was more than 5 meters and had a fan of long horns.
I wonder if it was a herbivore or if it was a carnivore. The first South Park had Santa fighting Jesus, the public domain one. Oh, yeah. You could have asked if Joseph Goebbels should have been rebranded as trans, and they would have agreed. Yeah, that's true. Next year, drag queens will be going around the schools as Santa. Yeah. See you later, Gunfox. Lies. It was a dog who found it. And a human is taking credit. Santa. Children love Santa. So make him a tranny so children will love trannies. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But the skull found by Persons has a trait that challenges a long-held assumption by paleontologists. Its horns are asymmetrical. Persons affectionately named his dinosaur discovery Hannah, after his dog, though the gender of the prehistoric creature can't be determined by its skull. He explains that in the past, dinosaur scientists operated under the assumption that both sides of a skull had the same structure. You are correct.
Okay.
When parts of one side of the skull were missing, paleontologists have assumed that the missing side was symmetrical to the one that was preserved, Persons said in a news release. Turns out, it isn't necessarily. Today, deer often have left and right antlers that are different in terms of their branching patterns. Hannah shows dramatically that dinosaurs could be the same way.
Oh, okay. So that's what they mean by asymmetrical. That's interesting. It's an herbivore killer like Triceratops. Gotcha. Love trannies. What did I walk into? Oh, Mustafa, we just did read an article about how Santa, some people think Santa should be transgender or female.
Story continues below. Frame. The breakthrough will mean that some partial skulls that have been discovered will have to be re-evaluated as potential matches for one another. Much like moose antlers, scientists expect that there could be dramatic differences between the horn structures of different dinosaurs of the same genus, even within an individual dinosaur.
Okay. That's pretty interesting.
In fact, if paleontologists had discovered Hannah's skull as two isolated halves instead of as a whole, they could have concluded those two halves came from different creatures.
Wow. They're that different. That's interesting. That's really cool.
Hannah's interesting facial structure can now be examined by scientists across the world after UofA research was performed a 3D laser scan of the skull, which paleontologists can download for detailed study.
Sweet. Technology is amazing. Remains of big dinosaurs may have been the inspiration for the griffin. Okay. And that matters why? I don't know.
Link. J. Herring. Link. Link. Heading level 3. Trending video.
So I think that's the end. Let me just pop over here. I want to make sure I'm not skipping off of the... Yep, that's the end of the story. So, guys, that takes us to the end of our stories. And I need to get back up to Alex because he's still here. Like I said, he's got the fever and the cough. But I would just like to say thank you guys for watching and chatting. It's great to talk to you guys. Always fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I also would like to say, if you are awake tonight at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 p.m. Central, it is Skep Talks night for the Minions of the Zoo, and I will be there as well. And of course, tomorrow is Wednesdays with Skep on the CoffeeStream. And remember, of course, this Friday, being the last Friday of the month, is call-in day. So everybody get your mics ready for that. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Stay safe out there. Have a great day. I'll see everyone tomorrow for Wednesdays with Skep. Thanks for watching, everyone.